have done better as players. Got more drones, because really drones are what really keep you in the game, let me tell you. So I don't know, I think yeah, there was a changeling. Very sneaky play by my opponent, but I'm able to see that, and I'm going to be opting to move out, but I think he's going to be just fine. I do have an advantage in upgrades, so if I just position my army right, I think I should be able to take this. If I recall, I don't think I actually do pull this off, because my roaches go in first and they do take a lot of damage. So I should have my army nicely spread out, but they don't, and I'm actually just moving in closely to do some microing. But this is looking pretty close. I don't know who's really gonna win. But yeah, actually he has a lot more hydras, and they do a lot of DPS to those roaches. So because he had all those hydras, he's gonna be able to take down my my army pretty quickly. These hydras, man, they just DPS so fast. I do have the +2 upgrades now, so my hydras are very well upgraded. But my opponent does not have an upgrade. He does have an infestor pit before I do, so getting that much earlier. But I do now opt to get an infestor pit. Actually, I'm not too sure when I got that. And yeah, having 3 harvesters of gas, because that is the optimal number. Now my third is up, and I do opt to get more drones. So good for me there, remembering to get drones. But 44 drones on 3 base, that is really not that great. You want about, what is it, 20 drones per hatchery, and that's about, I guess, okay, my natural expo is not that bad, but my main as well as my third expansion isn't that good. But now I'm going to be moving in to take down his third, to deny that third, and that's really what I want to do. I don't want my opponent to get ahead of me. And it looks like he's investing more and more in units instead of getting harvesters. So my economy will be just a bit better. He does cancel it, so he does not lose 300 minerals. So that was a good move on his part. Oh, little miss rally there. A couple of my units almost dying. Saladin does have a lot of zerglings, which will help in surrounding my army, and that would be very bad if that happened. And I actually don't know where my hatcheries are. Oh wow, yeah. So a little miss rally there. Apparently, I have a lot of units just heading up this way. Oh, and I guess my opponent Saladin came down here thinking I would climb up this way. But that actually be a really bad position for me because it's not wide open. And catching my army kind of off guard. But what this let me do is spread out my army a little bit so I can get a nice concave on my opponent here. But I think he's actually going to be able to clean this up. He does have more hydras than I do, so he's going to be doing a lot more DPS. Granted, I do have the +2 armor as well as the +2 attack. But he's still going to be taking me out because he does have just a few more hydras than I do. So if that was if I had an even army, I think I would have been able to take that out pretty easily. I do have a lot of zerglings just standing around here doing nothing. But my opponent actually doing a pretty good job with the hydra roach ratio, because I'm not actually too familiar with that ratio. Continuing drone up on the production tab here, looks like I am getting a lot of infestors. This is very bad. Again, I have another miss rally point, and I actually did not mean to get this many infestors. Apparently, I kind of spazzed out and clicked F a couple too many times. A couple more times than I intended. Sorry, I'm wording things quite strangely. But it looks like my opponent is going to be opting to move out. And yeah, as you can see, all I have are infestors and 5 roaches. So this is this could be very bad if I don't get some good fungal growths off. Now, also, I am getting that auxiliary hatchery just a bit later. Maybe a little sooner would have been a bit better. So, wow, as you can see, I have a ton of infestors. Definitely using up all that gas, so at least using some nice micro. It looks like my opponent is going to be coming around the back to be attacking my third. I have a drone here just standing around doing nothing. He's going to get picked off by all those lings. Oh, that's so sad. Oh, no, apparently that drone does survive. But now I'm coming in, and some nice fungal growth's going to be going off. 2, 3 fungal growths. So his army is going to be completely immobile here, but he does take out my extractor, and I'm desperately trying to hold on to my expansion, trying to fungal growth this army. He's kind of spreading his hydra lists apart, so he doesn't get him clumped up. But right here is where he kind of mismicros them, and they're nicely clumped, and I take that opportunity to fungal growth all of them, and they're slowly going to be popping away. So lucky for me, I actually got those investors. I think I do another fungal growth. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, those infestors actually were quite worth it to get, and now I'm able to get a critical number of roaches out in the production tab. I have 8 more roaches coming out, and my opponent is just now getting his third. So as you can see on the income tab here, I do have more harvesters as well as the third, and the proxy hat and the auxiliary hatchery, not proxy hatchery, as well as the auxiliary hatchery. And so now I'm going to be opting to move out with my army pretty soon. As you can see, I'm producing more guys, and queens apparently died, so I'm going to be producing more queens as well. And at the same time, my opponent Saladin is going to be opting to move out, but this force is not going to fare too well against my Infestor Roach Hydra composition here. So I'm going to get a fungal growth out, and you know what? I'm just going to back out because these are all range units, and I don't want them to get a couple shots off me. So another fungal growth goes off, but now I actually decide to move in, and I lose an Infestor there. Infestors are not cheap, and oh, another one. Trying to micro that Infestor back, but now I'm whittled down to 3 Infestors, as well as 3 Hydras sitting around here doing nothing. But really, what I want to be doing is trying to deny this third for my opponent. And as you can see on the Harvest Tribe here, my opponent is desperately trying to drone up to catch up on economy, but right now all he has are Hydras, and he really needs a couple more Roaches out in order to deal with this army, as well as Infestors. He did have that Infestor pick pretty early, but I just don't think he actually opted to get them. And actually what I'm trying to do here is shoot it without the Broodlings chasing after me. And Broodlings are going to be coming, but I don't think they actually do too much damage. So yeah, trying to avoid the Broodlings. And now this is pretty much the final push, getting a couple of fungal growths off. And I really think Infestors are really underused, especially in just any matchup with Zerg. Zerg just do not opt to get Infestors too often, and they are just so great. Look how easy fungal growth makes it. That army can't move at all, and I'm just able to come in and do a ton of damage. And this is going to be, yeah, GG. So Saladin, he plays random, so he actually did a very great job. And I'm just a gold player, only playing Zerg. I don't know how to play any other race. So yeah, my opponent was actually very good. I think he was opting to go for Broodlord, so that might have been pretty bad since I only did have 3 Hydras out, and those Broodlords could have done a lot of damage. And yeah, that is going to be a GG. So it was a pretty epic one, Zerg vs Zerg. And I've actually never experienced such a game like this. Just goes to show I don't have too much time to play. But yeah, that was one crazy ZvZ. I just want to give a lot of props to Saladin for playing with me. He's a cool guy. I think I really want to do more ZvZs, practice with him to get better, as well as maybe PvZs, because that is my worst matchup. But yeah, guys, that is going to be it. This is going to be Hop StarCraft, and I'm going to be hopping off. Thanks.